Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. I almost sneezed. I'm not starting over, but I did almost sneeze. Welcome. Your reading is now activated. You clicked on that thing, and now it is awake. It sees you. You see it. You're in a soul bond now. I'm sorry. It happened. I promise you, though, we'll do our best to get to the bottom of things. We're going to figure some stuff out today. Now, we're beginning with the energy of the Two of Discs. Pinnacles, Panacles, coins, whatever you like to call it. I go off the Thoth system, so I am using discs. Please don't be mad at me. I know. Some of you are real sticklers for the traditional, and I feel you. I get it. I'm just no good at being the Hierophant, you guys. I'm not. I'm messy. I'm a messy girl. I do as I please. Now, this is all about change, right? And I love this imagery here. We have the elements within the yin and the yang. We have the infinite, right? The infinity sign. We have Ouroboros, whatever you like to call it. That is the snake eating its own tail. The cyclic forever and ever and evers. We also have as above, so below. The macro flowing down into the micro, and the micro flowing back up into the macro. Feeding itself always and forever. Everything in the right place. Everything is in the right place. Everything is always in its right place. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to get going on these tea leaves. I want to say thank you for clicking on the reading. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, sticking it out. I know a lot of you have been coming here. I don't know what's going on with the channel. The algorithms have changed. A lot of channels are seeing decreased numbers, whatever. I'm just happy to be here with those of you who keep coming. And those of you who are new, who just were like, dude, what is a tea leaf reading? We're going to keep going. We're going to ride it out. We're going to see what happens. I feel pretty positive, as the readings evolve. So will the channel, the world is shifting, content always shifting, but I'm always going to be here just keeping it as really real as I can, whatever real means, my forever shifting perspectives. I just like to spend some time in your energy, you and mine, communing. If you want to support the channel in some way, hitting that like button helps. Subscribing helps. Also, if you want to leave a comment, I want to hear about what color are you wearing today? I have been very fixated on color lately, like what I am presenting myself as with, in alignment with. I am pretty superstitious. I will often wear black as I am a Virgo, but also to me it's very much about, the night side. I'm a night side baby. I dwell in the day, but I'm a night sider. So that's one of the things, among others, a lot of goddess and God association, honoring my personal deities. But yeah, if you want to share what you're wearing, why you're wearing it, what colors have been calling to you, I would love to hear about it. All right, let's get started. So we have what looks like a departure. Okay, it seems as though there has been some kind of, now we have a person on a horse right here. We also have the rows above them. And then we have a person standing here, kind of looking towards this person, also holding a rose. We have the snail over here. And over here, we have a person standing on top of, it looks like a hill, but I'm going to actually read this as a house, as a doma or domicile. We have the person up here. Here's the head. Here is the arm outreached. A bird above their head. Okay. So I feel almost kind of like Pisces. There has been a change in like a fundamental belief. Maybe, see, my head immediately goes to like political alignment, but this could be anything, right? Religious, spiritual, all of a sudden you're into something, you're wholly into like a different culture, subculture. You know, for me, in the last year, I got into my wellness journey, right? And I don't want to go to it. It's boring to talk. I'm already bored even thinking about it. I've been doing it for this last year. And I'm sure people are tired of hearing me talk about it. But it's been, you know, a huge change for me, a shift. I find myself, you know, spending more time researching all these different kinds of, you know, exercise modalities and supplementing and, you know, learning proper stretches for my body type and the work I'm doing and these kinds of things. And I'm immersed in it, you know, and meeting people who are also doing this kind of work. And so I feel like it's not hard to understand how this could happen within a household, right? All of a sudden you find like a new hobby, a new project, a new, you know, you're watching YouTube shorts or, you know, videos, and you come upon somebody who has, you know, something to say that's very moving. You know, I find all kinds of lectures and things on YouTube that, you know, I'll go down the rabbit hole, I'll get really into the thing, and it'll begin to change the way that I perceive reality a little bit. Maybe even the way that I conduct my life, I carry myself, the way I interact with others. So when you see this happening with somebody else, you know, we always hope, right? It's going to be something beneficial. But other times it can end up being something that is maybe a little bit worrying, right? Troublesome. We've seen in media a lot of this stuff about people, you know, while we've lived in this, what were they calling it? The loneliness epidemic, which wasn't just men, of course, women as well. All of us, right? All of us feeling more and more detached because so often we accept a life where we're just not connecting with people deeply. In fact, it maybe is something that we are repelled from. We don't want to have involved conversations. I don't want to sit on the phone and talk to you for hours, you know? And we find ourselves, even though we're around a lot of people, more and more alone every day. Well, then all of a sudden there's things like AI, right? I won't say the name of the one, but we all know it. And apparently, I don't know this to be true, only through the media and anecdotally, but, you know, people have said there are people going into very distorted ways of thinking or even, you know, psychosis, acute psychosis, due to being very isolated and talking to these things that are kind of putting them in a vacuum and, you know, mirroring their shadow, basically. I mean, that's what AI seems to be to me, is that so often it's just mirroring us. Now, I don't know, there's probably way larger things going on and other whatever. I'm not, and let me just say, I'm not anti-AI either. I'm not pro, I'm just not qualified enough. You know what I mean? I barely know what the heck I'm doing. I just learned how to use one of those Keurig machine things. I don't, you know what I mean? I'm living in 1997 indefinitely, baby. So, my opinion really doesn't matter about if it's good or not. All I know is there are stories. There are people telling stories about people who are getting sucked into these things and, maybe becoming somewhat indoctrinated, maybe, losing their grip on things. Now, to me, it sounds like when you talk to somebody about somebody who got involved in like a magical system, somebody that's really, oh boy, did you see so-and-so? They've been, working in that operation the last 6 months. I've barely seen them, and then they came out and they're just completely unhinged. We've all heard these kind of gossips. And so to me, I'm like, well, is it really this? I don't know. But I do know that it can be very troublesome. It can be very worrying when somebody you love suddenly is acting differently, or they are completely realigning themselves with something that feels like cognitive dissonance. Like, how did you get from this to that? And you're very, very immersed in it, or very devoted to the idea, right? I don't want to go down all the conspiracy rabbit hole stuff. I'm kind of a conspiracy nerd myself. But, I think we can also think about times like a few years ago when a lot of really interesting, wonderful people got down the rabbit hole of, the Q thing. And it really did divide families. I mean, among a lot of other social stuff going on. So I feel like this is kind of where you're at with somebody in your life. I don't know what it is that they have found in the world that, I mean, from your perspective, this is what I just keep hearing, is that it's a mind virus, dude. It's like a mind worm. And they are infected. I feel like for you, this is something that's like just very troubling. And you're very open-minded. You're a freaking Pisces, dude. So like, what is it that they have gotten into? I think that it could even be that this is like a spouse, a significant other, a really good friend, maybe an adult child of yours. I see them really getting into those like places where maybe they don't call you as much. Maybe they're not talking to you about whatever they're into or whatever they're thinking or whatever they're starting to believe, because they're, they know that you're going to be like, yo, what is this? Like, maybe we need to like kind of step back a little bit and look at whatever, thing that you are diving headfirst into, right? So they don't want to do that. They don't want to do the inventory. They don't want to look at the thing, they are probably feeling pretty good or, worked up, or that like dopamine, serotonin feeling when you find your people, when you, feel like you belong to something, like something is speaking to you. So I see that there is another person involved here, okay? And I do think that this is somebody who, maybe is, I'm not going to say like a cult leader. It's like, I don't feel like it's like on that level, but maybe like a MLM mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're persuasive, but it's not like you're going to give them, your retirement funds or whatever. Like, this is somebody who you're like, I guess I'll get signed up for the carpool. If you She insists. Somebody that's mildly charismatic. We're not talking like no, Manson or something like this. But I do feel like for you, yeah, this is like pulling them away from you. And you are having a hard time understanding, like, it's not even about like what they believe or whatever the thing is that they're like very like being pulled in by. It's the fact that this person that you know and you trust is even capable of being kind of enchanted. I feel like for you, you're very taken aback by this. And it's hard to watch somebody you love just like get further into it. And the more you're like feeling like, I don't know what to do. Like, are we calling the deprogrammer? Or, like, here is some fact-based evidence. Look at these links, like they don't want to hear it. And we all know, like, here's the deal. We all know somebody like this. We all do. So I feel like for you, now we have the roses up here too. This is going to be it's a very sensitive, very fragile line, very temperamental, very take your steps lightly kind of situation. The silver lining with those roses is that I feel like during this time, you yourself are studying. You yourself are like activated to be involved in something very directly. Now, maybe it's about trying to save somebody or trying to help assist somebody to see more clearly. Maybe not like the quote unquote truth, because what does that even mean? I don't know what the heck that means. Do you know what that means? Put it in the comments if you do. But I think you're just trying to keep their autonomy intact. I think that's the big thing. Is like you don't want to see somebody succumbing to somebody else's idea of reality. During this time, though, I see you doing your own kind of digging and studying and really mysteries opening themselves to you. So kind of, by happenstance, you yourself are doing the work here. Now, you're always doing the work. You're here watching this reading. If you're already, we're about 18 minutes in and you're still going with me, then yeah, you're pretty serious about, whatever this kind of self-archaeology is, at least. So I don't think that this is any kind of like, it's not some hugely novel situation. But I just feel you really like opening up. I feel like you almost kind of like get it's like a wind of wanting to connect in your own way to something greater. So I think through this, there is a renewal of faith, which is wild and awesome. We also, look at this, we have Hermes, we have Mercury, the communicator, right here, the messenger of the gods. Here you can see the hat. Now, also holding an owl. So we have the watcher as well. We have the number 55. We have 2 sevens. We have these trees. That person is holding up a frog. Okay, so we have... Okay, so the frog represents the keeper of the home. okay? The protector. That's the God form that I like. The attributes of the household God that watches our doorways, especially our northern doorways, I relate to the imagery of the frog. Okay, I call them our backyard spirits. Okay, these are the entities that dwell with us, right? We are all in the same ecosystem together, and they be watching and protecting. And so we must do the same for them, right? We must honor our neighbors, our kin, and those are all of the things that live around us, the plants, the minerals, the waters, the animals, the fungi, all of it. All of the things from top to bottom. So when we are in good standing with the backyard spirits, as I call them, they take care of us. They absolutely do. So, seeing this, we have Mercury, we have the frog, we have these two people hugging, and then this person behind their arm, it almost looks like they have maybe like a stick or something. Immediately, what it made me think of is somebody in your life who, they're just predatory. And I don't feel like this is like your primary relationship, but I think it's somebody that kind of is in the background of your life. Like, it's like that boyfriend, that girlfriend that you've been on and off with a million times. You might be married even, whatever, and you still have this person showing up in your life every few years. Every time you break up, this is who you go back to. At this point in your life, I feel like I'm just going to be honest. I feel like they feel familiar enough with you that they would be okay with kind of, taking advantage of you. I feel like whatever situation you have going on now, if you're married, if you're getting married, if you're dating, if you're getting serious with somebody, watch out for this person, because they're going to keep coming around. They're going to lay it on thick, but I think that they are going to be trying to mess with your home life, your domestic life, maybe even your physical home. So check your locks, check your windows. Put up the cameras if you can, if you have that kind of privilege and access, because I think that this could really turn into something where they're really gonna try to either force you into being with them in some way. However you could ever make somebody do that, I don't know, but I'm sure people are happy to try. We also have the letters A-N. Oh, Andy. It looks like Andy. A-N-D-Y. Okay, Andy. I just think that you need to have that protection up about this person, because I feel like they're getting into that time of the year where they're going to start thinking I'm sorry, I'm stretching. I did not sleep barely at all last night, and I'm still sick. And I feel like a little Looney Tune over here, you guys. I don't know. So anyways, I just feel like it's like, you're the next one, right? They probably have a couple people in rotation that they try to go back to. But you're on the menu now, buddy. That being said, I don't think that you're deterred from love. I think that you might be in love right now. You might be dating somebody, you might have, you know, this like new burst of connection within your already existing relationship. But I do feel like for you, there's a sense of like, I don't care how many times this weirdo comes back. I don't care what happens in my life. I'm always going to be a romantic and a lover of love. And I think that you're devoted to it. You can't help yourself. All right. You are a fool for love. That's okay. So am I. I'm always that one that's like, no more men in my life. No more love in my life. No more men or women, really. Let's be honest. But, you know, I always. And then what? I end up pregnant and married? No, it didn't happen like that. We dated for a long time. I will meet you and be like, I like you. We're married. You're mine and I am yours. First date, first week of knowing each other, and then we'll date for like 2 or 3 years. But we're married. But we're not really married yet. But we're married. We're like taking it fast, slow. Like you can never leave me. I can never leave you. But also we're going to take it slow. It doesn't work like that. It's not a good plan. So don't listen to me on love advice. But, yeah, I think that you probably are similar, like let's move in after 2 months type of deal. But hopefully also cognitive dissonance, right? We were just talking about how lovely that is. But then also like, I want to marry you and be with you forever, but we're going to not move in for like 6, 7, 12 years. No, months. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think anything can really deter you from love, being in love, being loved. Now here's the thing. Something in your life, there's an object that's yellow. Some kind of yellow. You lost it, but it's going to come back to you. Like in the next, 3 days from when you watch this. So watch out for that. I also just get this feeling of like, it's maybe like something you left somewhere, like a lost and found type of deal or something like that. But it feels like if you don't pay attention to like the phone calls or emails or whatever, like the alert, like, oh, you left this at the gym or, you know, whatever. They're not going to like pursue you to come get it. So you need to be proactive. All right. Okay. Number 93, number 80, 93, 80, and 74. All right, now we're going to finish with our gratitude affirmation cards. And I'm just going to flip. Oops, I flipped too much. Flip right there. All right. I know, I'm vocal stimming today with the best of them. Timeless carving. I am thankful. For a second, I was like, wait, did it say craving? Timeless carving. I know. I'm just fully in my own mess today. Obsessed with my own mess today. I have a timeless craving. Just name it and I'm probably craving it. I am thankful for the past disciplined choices I made that created the options I have today. I'm thankful for the past disciplined choices that I made. I made that. If you ever wondered what reading with ADHD, both out loud and in your own freaking head, sounds like, yeah, here we go. I am thankful for the past disciplined choices I made that created the options I have today. Thank you, past self. Future, past self. Yes, past self. I am a timeless carving and craving. I know you're a craving too. Etched in spirit through my decisions. Yo, that's kind of scary though, right? The other day when I was watching, I've been down the quantum rabbit hole. So this dude was talking about like the branching and like every decision you've ever thought or made or every thought you've ever had, every what if. It didn't go away. It just branched out and you didn't put your consciousness into it. What? There's so many choices that I have made or decisions that I have made or didn't make or things that I thought of constantly. I'm trying not to think of anything right now because I don't want to keep branching. My goodness, what it turned into like Hellraiser when the Cenobites show up. Like, what? Infinite possibility. What? Practice. Bring to mind a choice you made that required discipline or sacrifice. Reflect on the way that decision shaped your character. Yeah. All right. Well, Pisces, I love you. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. I suggest you go watch some Bill Hicks this weekend or whenever you're watching this. Probably not super PC, definitely out of date, but my gosh, I love that guy. We just need some Bill Hicks energy once in a while. He's a comedian. Definitely one of the best. So anyways, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Good night.